Hey, hi, welcome to Shabi's Weight Loss Journey. I'm out here, was running low on my vape. Of course, they didn't have the discontinued vapes anymore, so I had to buy regular vapes. And, yeah, but those regular vape points, they added up so fast that I was able to, get a free one. Ooh, so I got a free one. Isn't that nice? So glad I came back up here today because, yeah, like I said, I was getting really low on this other vape. On my last vape. I'll be trying to smoke residues, right? I've been feeling a little anxious, and I guess the reason why I'm feeling anxious, you know how you want something to happen and you want it to happen now? That's the type of anxiety I'm feeling, right? I want something good to happen now, some progress, some forward movement, something. And I can surely I could do something, I guess Skechers got 50% off on their back to school sale. Surely, I could, like I said, go out there and, segregate, the stuff that I don't want and don't need out of the backyard and take it to the curb, but it is really hot. I tried to do a little bit this afternoon, and I started sweating like crazy. And I'm like, nah, we don't want to be out here in this heat. So and then I have to also remember that there are some things, it would be wiser for me to donate rather than throw away. And then there are other things that, I don't know why I'm holding on to them. I don't. Like pajamas, 10 years old. What? Why am I holding on to pajamas, 10 years old? I don't know. So, I don't have my dog with me. I'm letting her rest again today. I don't know if she's starting to get car sick or just, overstimulated in the car. I'm not sure. But, I'm feeling like, she really needs a rest. Now, she was hoping I was just going to go for a walk. Now, she wants to go for a walk, but she don't want to get in the car. She does not want to get in the car. tired of watching YouTube all day. It's starting to sound like the same old shit, just a different day, you know. It sounds like the same old shit, a different day. Dang, my lips feel dry, dry, dry. Oh, last night I tried to do a warm-up exercise because I was feeling a little stiff, you know, from, you know, moving all of that stuff in and out of the house several times. And so I did some, what I thought was like a warm-up exercise. And, you know, it relieved some of the stiffness for a minute, but then when the stiffness returned, it was like it came back in the form of pain in my leg. And I was like, what the hell, right? So today I had a protein shake mixed with the flaxseed, the soy milk, the creatine, and the fiber, and it was great. And then I cooked some red beans today with some rice, and that was great. You know, I don't feel hungry at all. But I do feel thirsty. I do feel thirsty. So, yeah. So I'm out here in the middle of rush hour. I could try to see if I can do a delivery. I could. I think I can do like up to like $200 without, you know, getting penalized for it. But it's just not enough. It's not enough. It is not enough. I am getting a little bit of traction on my YouTube channel. Just a little bit. get monetized, please? Can I get monetized? You know, a few people, I've been watching how they just excel. Like, they hadn't been on YouTube but 6 months, and they just skyrocketed to, you know, thousands and thousands of, you know, viewers and subscribers. You know, and even Itchy Boots, right? Itchy Boots, currently she has 2 million, right? She jumped up there so high, so fast, when she got back on on YouTube, traveling in Europe. She got over like 1 million subscribers this year. And I was just like, wow. Plus she got a book out, and she's been, you know, distributing her book while she's riding around in Europe. And I'm so proud of her. Oh my God, I am so proud of her, because, you know, she goes where no woman alone has gone before. Yeah. So, shout out to Itchy Boots. Because I've seen, it seems like there are some people that are able to make a living being a full-time content creator with just, you know, 10 or 20,000 subscribers. And then there's some who can get promo deals and they only have 5,000 subscribers, right? And some of those promo deals, you know, you get all kinds of cool stuff. So, yeah. You know, I just knew Trump was going to give us some kind of stimulus, but I ain't seen no stimulus, and we're already into August. I ain't seen no kind of stimulus at all. Y'all done pissed him off. And I know I had to block some of the people that show up on my Facebook page, because, you know, I can't even figure out what the hell is wrong with them, right? They're sitting up there, you know, talking shit about Trump. And they had the worst kids, worst sons, right? They got the worst sons, right? And you know, it was mainly the sons that voted Trump into office. But, you know, they won't shut the fuck up. You know, their sons are out here, you know, shit, doing the same thing that that they say Trump is doing, except on a micro level, a small scale level. Oh damn. And and they don't want to let go of this fucked up lifestyle, because they're like, no, you can't give up this fucked up lifestyle until we get a chance to exploit it. Like, what the hell is wrong with them? They make me sick. Right? Because it's like you don't like your life, but you still hold on to the dream that you're going to be able to, grab the brass ring and become, wealthy and successful, and I don't know, own you a few slaves. Something like that. Sickening. Anyway. Then I wasn't paying attention, but my algorithm, it started playing a movie, right? And I got kind of disgusted just listening to, the things that they were saying. Oh, you make your reality, and if you're negative, then, and it's like, that's bullshit. That's bullshit. Trying to make it seem like racism, prejudice, discrimination, it's just figments of your imagination. This gender war, it's just a figment of the imagination. You brought it all on yourself. Or you can live in denial bliss. You could be the queen of denial, and then you'll get everything that you want. No, they'll just tell you, no. You need to realize that you've been living in denial, and you can just live in your fantasy world. Keep hope alive. Dang. And that's what I mean. Just thinking about them talking like that pisses me off. Because that's what they would rather do than to solve the problem. That's why they have so many people self-medicating, self-eliminating, because, you got people out here who blame the victim for being victimized. Right? Oh, the reason why you're unemployed is, is because, you haven't, manifested it. And it was making me upset. It really was. Because how do you justify all of these senior citizens being homeless, being scraping by, trying to figure out, do they buy food or do they buy medication? Do they pay rent, or do they, buy a vehicle and try to live in a vehicle? Come on now. And this guy was talking about how in Arkansas, I guess he was doing some research, right? And he said that in Arkansas, 12% of their population is on SNAP. %. That's a lot of damn people on food assistance. And in order to be on food assistance, you have to qualify by being what? By being under the poverty level. And what's the poverty level? The poverty level is like 17,000 a year. That's the poverty. Maybe give or take some. But I just sort of rounded up. And when he told me that, when he had got into an accident and had hurt his back, that as a single man, he received $195 a month food stamps. And he was talking about how he went into Walmart and there was this family that was buying groceries, and he was looking at the items that the family had bought, and he was saying, most of the stuff that they had bought was a lot of, processed and, sugar refined foods. And it's like, yeah, right? And he was saying that a family of 4 up there can get $1,100, give or take, a month food stamps. But that's to feed 4 people. Talking about how they were grabbing stuff off of the shelves, not even concerned about the price. But then I went on to another channel, and this was a grandma and her daughter were going in to buy some foods, for the kiddos, right? And the kiddos, they love processed foods, they love snacks, and you could try to give them fresh cut vegetables till snow freezes hell over, and they'll let it go to waste. But they'll still talk about how they're hungry, and don't put it past them, to start going to the neighbors and whoever else, telling them that they're hungry. They have their favorites. And the daughter, she was talking about how, she wished that her kids liked something else besides, Fruity Pebbles. But that's what they like. That's what they'll eat. She wanted to buy them, Cinnamon Toast, right? Because Cinnamon Toast is one of the cereals that has some protein and some fiber, and it's still sweet. And plus, the cinnamon is a type of spice that is new, has, medicinal purposes for our bodies. But the kids are like, no. So, yeah. But they ended up buying, like a lot of snacks. It wasn't like potato chips. Grandma, she had wanted some corn chips, chili flavored corn chips, and but now I'm getting a whole lot of feeds about people trying to go to the store with a budget, and then going home and then trying to make meals out of what they had bought. That's how serious it is. And yeah, you can survive, and you can be grateful, but there will be a part of you that will sit up there and feel somewhat deprived. So, anyway, last night I decided to try to start incorporating some back exercises. I want to try to incorporate some back exercises, see if I can get rid of some of this back fat. And I found a YouTuber that's personal fitness, and she's been doing some recordings on YouTube, giving people suggestions on how to go about doing just that. Now that's cute. What is that? And I think I'll go out here for a small walk. Yeah, my legs are feeling really sore. I'm thinking I might even need to even do an aspirin or something. But this is a beautiful location here. You got the waterfalls over there, and then you have more waterfalls over here. It's a nice location. Oh, I did not put on any bug spray. So I had to bring that wood inside of the gate that I picked up for firewood. And then, you know, like I said, it's trash day. Whew. I don't know if it's the full body exercises that is making me feel stiff. Probably is. I mean, I just was doing my lightweight exercises. And when I was doing the full body exercises, you know, it was, you know, based on trying to get your heart rate up. So there was a lot more moving around, more squats, you know, a lot more movement. So that's what I think has got me feeling a little sore. And I knew that, you know, it had made me instantly start sweating once I finished. So I had actually did 2 different types of exercise routine. One was for the back fat, and then the other one was to raise your heart rate for at least 10 minutes. And then I did my lightweight exercises. So, yeah, I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it. And then when I woke up this morning, you know, it was like I could feel how it had engaged, you know, my muscles. And now I'm feeling my muscles are stiff. But look at this. Look at all these birds over here. Can you see them? All them birds. Chilling. They just sitting over there chilling. So I can tell you one thing. If I'm going to keep this exercise routine up, I don't think I'd be able to really work full time unless I'm just sitting down somewhere. And you know who gets to occupy those positions, right? The sitting down position, working during the day. You know, they have been conditioned to believe that, you know, they're not physically able to do hard labor, which is why they consider themselves to be more intelligent than the ones who are able to do laborious work.